What happens when I file bankruptcy? This is a question I get asked all the time as a bankruptcy attorney here in the great state of Michigan. And that depends. I'll tell you what happens with most of my clients is they work with my office over the course of maybe a few hours, if not a couple of days at most. We get your paperwork together, and this is probably, the most work that you're going to have. Okay, so you want to make sure you get your paperwork together. Okay, depending on your arrangement with your attorney, those conversations might happen before you file, might happen after you file. It just depends on your particular situation. Okay, so you get your taxes for the past couple of years, give or take, proof of income for the past either 6 months or a year, just depends. All bank statements, so including Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all that good stuff. And then any sort of other information that might be necessary, a car title, a lawsuit information, that's between you and your bankruptcy attorney. But you gather this stuff up, your attorney prepares some documents, you go over it with your attorney, take a look at it, make sure everything looks good, and then that paperwork gets filed. The moment that paperwork gets filed, you are protected by the automatic stay in a bankruptcy. What is the automatic stay? Automatic stay is an order, okay, or I guess it's just more so a rule here, where no creditors can try to collect debt from you. That means they can't text you, call you, email you, send up a smoke signal, send a carrier pigeon, tell you that you owe them money. They absolutely can't do that. They cannot also repossess your car without permission from the court. They need permission from the court to do anything, which usually is not granted unless there's some wacky circumstances. So basically you're protected. They can't repo you, evict you, and if they do, it's a whole thing, and it's really uncommon. So you are protected immediately, okay, upon putting your paperwork in the courthouse. So you work with your attorney, get your stuff in. You might need some more paperwork after you file your case, and then you attend a meeting, usually via Zoom if you're here in Michigan, and that's called the 341 meeting of creditors, okay? And so that's the chance for anyone you owe money to talk to you, ask you questions. It's not as scary as you think, all right? We have meetings all the time. They take 10 minutes at most. They've got to make sure, number one, that you're not lying on your paperwork, you're not hiding any assets, and then your creditors can just kind of find out, hey, what happened? Because life happens, right? At the end of the day, people understand that. So you have your meeting. Of course, you want to prepare with your attorney beforehand, make sure you know what to expect. They're pretty standard. You shouldn't be scared at all, okay? After that meeting, everything goes well. There's no outstanding issues that need to get resolved. Then you're going to wait a week or two, usually a couple weeks, and the trustee in your case, who is not the judge, but kind of, it's a little complicated. We can do another video on what the trustee is, but they will issue a piece of paper that says, there's no assets to distribute. Ideally, if there are assets to distribute, talk to your attorney. But usually there's none, which is good for you. You wait a few more weeks, and then you get your order of discharge. And then if you're one of my clients, that's when the real fun begins. We start rebuilding your credit. So that is it in a nutshell. I mean, it takes a few months at most. Most of the work is sort of done with the paperwork and get everything squared away. Then you got your 341 meeting. And then, like I said, if you're working with a good attorney who cares about you, they're going to want to rebuild your credit score. And again, that's where the fun begins. Okay, so if you're interested in learning more and getting your fresh start, DeMartini Williams Law Firm here in the great state of Michigan. Happy to help you, whether you're in the UP or downstate, Southwest, Northwest. We're all over Michigan. All right, so have a great day. Take care.